Yo, what's up, guys? Storm's Cryomancer here, and this is Reactor Talks, a series where I grab a fellow reactor and got some questions. Today's guest is What It Do, Dave. How's it going tonight, man?
What it do, homies? It's your boy Dave, and as you know, I am back today.
Hey, it's glad to have you here, man. Glad to have you. And pretty starter question. I did this. Everyone else. When and how did you discover Nerdcore?
Let's see. I probably discovered it from, of course, the ciphers, which I wonder if there's been a lot of people that discovered Nerdcore from the ciphers. Started discovering a whole bunch of people, and then I kind of latched on to Daddy Fat Snaps, and then the rest of it's pretty much history. But it definitely came from the ciphers. I know some people's first start was with Rustage, but it wasn't. It was, yeah, it probably was Rustage. That's kind of crazy how he pretty much brought a whole lot of people
Oh
like in the
yeah,
Nerdcore,
he he
right?
the he the grandfather of the community.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much, and then we have all these like other side pieces who've been doing stuff for the longest too, like Mega Ran, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then 6 seconds, he's been doing some nerdcore stuff and everything. But I think as far as like purely nerdcore, actually it might even be Mega Ran, but purely nerdcore in the scene, Rustage. Yeah, I think
Oh yeah.
everybody in the scene know who he is.
Oh yeah. I know.
But yeah, that's
Go
that's
ahead.
pretty much what I honestly don't even know how I stumbled upon it. Like, I think it was just like a random recommendation or something like that, and then it was fate though from there on.
Yeah, that's
So
kind of like I went down the rabbit hole after like my first nerdcore experience. One of my friends showed me Dan Bull, but I didn't know that.
damn bull.
Yeah, I didn't know that that was like a thing. And so like there's this other channel I used to watch called Infinite Source. They do they're kind of like epic rap battles of history where they'll match up different characters and from video games stuff like that and get do rap battles. And from there, I was recommended one of Daddy Fat Snap's original comic book raps. I think it was Why So Serious Joker rap.
Oh yeah.
Went down the rabbit hole from there, and I've been on the wave since. But now
You
like
know, I
go
was
ahead.
completely forgot about Dan Bull. You know what? Maybe it was him because I do remember. Yeah, it probably was Dan Bull because I heard his Skyrim Civilization, not
Mm-hmm.
Skyrim, the Skyrim rap, right? That it might have been Dan Bull. Now that I'm thinking about the earliest stuff, because I
Man,
wasn't really watching YouTube and on it. And let's see, I think back in college, right? I was in college when he came out with that Skyrim rap, and that was fire. It might have been Dan Bull.
man, Dan a killer with it too, bro. He hard. I think I
Mm,
got started on
OG.
Dan Bull with his Assassin's Creed 3 rap. That was my story. I was like,
I
ooh,
I haven't heard that one.
that one was clean. That one was clean. But yeah,
Yeah,
man,
I started
it's
doing some reactions and stuff to
oh
his,
yeah,
civilization rap, but I might be going down that rabbit hole of vintage Dan.
ooh, oh I can't wait. I definitely gonna have to watch those reactions, man, because you're one of the
Mm.
top four other reactors I'll watch. It'll
Oh
go
man, I
like no
appreciate that,
problem, no
man.
problem.
Honestly, bro, I mean, I don't even think I'll be talking about nothing, bro. I just be talking, man. I'm just like somehow, man. People coming, I just be talking. I don't. I appreciate it though.
No problem, no problem. Cause like I know I watch a few of the other reactors because it's always nice to pick up certain stuff in the videos and utilize that in different
Hmm.
ways. Like with Kuro, I started focusing on catching bars after watching Kuro. So I was like, all right, bet. With
Hmm.
Barasu and them, it's more about take time, enjoy the video. With you, it's know what you're talking about as well. So you gotta have that knowledge, or else when you talk, you're just gonna sound stupid.
Yeah, you 100% about knowing what you're talking about.
Oh yeah.
That just goes into a whole other thing about why I even started a reaction channel. But if that's one of your questions, I'll hold off on that.
Oh yeah, that's coming up here in a few. But on to the next one. I know you. I seen some of the posts about. I don't know the details in depth, but you had another channel that got hacked or you lost it
Oh,
somehow. Uh,
yes,
when
yeah.
you started over with your new one, did you find it more challenging rebuilding from scratch or less challenging because you know the ins and outs of the algorithm?
Correct. Less challenging. It was less challenging because, for one, I was comfortable in front of the camera.
Mm-hmm.
Two, I knew my niche. I knew what I wanted to do and I knew what I was good at.
Right.
Um, I don't think it had anything to do with the algorithm as more confidence, right? Because I think when reaction channels start off, you gotta find like a good balance between something that you like and something that's gonna grow your channel. You know what I
Right.
mean? And but yeah, like I said, there's more to that, but I'll wait for your questions. But I found it less challenging because my first channel, it took me 8 months to get to 1,000, and when I restarted my channel, it took me 2 weeks.
Ooh, ooh.
So yeah, I knew how to maneuver.
Hey, I like that. I like that. So,
Hmm.
I also tried to find the tweet when I'm coming up for questions for this, but the instrument you used to play because back in middle school, I was at a performing arts school in Tennessee,
Hmm.
and we had this class called West African Drums and Dancing. So I know you
Hmm.
also played an instrument yourself. I was just recapping what that was and how your time learning to play that was.
Uh, I play the tenor, alto, soprano, and bari saxophone.
Hmm.
I started off in middle school. One of my music teachers came up to me. She gave everybody a trumpet. No, 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 no. It was one of her partners. They gave us all a trumpet mouthpiece and just wanted to gauge our ability to kind of blow in it. Making sure we had like a correct embouchure and everything. And this guy, he gave me a mouthpiece, and I blew into it, and I guess I did a pretty good job because he looked at me. He said, "Trumpet player," and then I was like, "No, I need that saxophone." So my music teacher, I told her that, and she put the tenor saxophone in my hand, and it was game over from there. So I've been playing since the beginning of middle school. I didn't play much in college. I went to college for something different. But high school is where I found jazz. That's where I found my love for jazz. So absolutely love it, man. I don't get the chance to play as much now. I live in a very, very, very quiet place. Like it's
Hmm.
so quiet here. And woodwinds, they play loud. I tried to find a way to muffle because I do want to start playing my stuff on channel. I need like a isolated room to really start jamming. But
Right.
I bought one, and it's just been. I actually tried to play it a little bit on my stream the other day. Um, it's just so loud. So
So the
there's
signal
a
there.
however there is a digital saxophone that I'm in the works of buying that I think
Ooh,
will fit my needs.
hey, that's
So
pretty
that one,
cool.
but once I get that, because you can plug headphones into it,
Hmm.
so and
Hey,
in and out jacks, so I can plug it into like Fruity Loop Studios, or hell, during a reaction, I might just go ahead and bust out a couple of
just like
notes. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Like I have all these ideas, man. I just need the time and a place to be able to do them. But
right.
yeah, that's how I pretty much found instruments.
All right, all right. So this kind of coincides with another question, and this because I know for me, starting off in drums is what helped me not more so the class itself, but more so all my friends in that class with me. So I was in West African drums, which I played this drum called a songband, which is pretty fun, pretty nice, and there was I was just kind of in the back because at the time I didn't like standing out, so you had the djembe players who were standing up front, and then you had the guys in the back holding their own drums, drumming. So I was in the back mostly, but for me, this is kind of what inspired it. What inspired making music? Because I know you drop tracks occasionally yourself.
Hmm.
What inspired the music?
Well, let's see. Well, first off, a lot of what inspired me is because the whole entire community, like especially the top dogs, like the level is so high,
Mm-hmm.
and I kind of I look at that as like super inspirational, and I wanted to kind of try my hand at seeing if I could do rap and everything. And honestly, it's a good question because the reason why I stopped is because I didn't like the so narrow focus. If my upbringing in music was jazz, and it's anything but narrow focused.
Right.
So I couldn't, after I released my last song, I was like, this feels too limiting.
Mm-hmm.
And I ain't really found a way to get past that because I do want to make nerdcore content, but what does that look like?
Right.
If it's not about a certain character or about an anime. And I ain't figured it out. The best way that I could figure it out is playing my tenor saxophone and just freaking maybe making like a composition of what I think the character, if like for instance, if like Killua from Hunter was able to pick up a saxophone, what would that sound like? So
That
that's what I'm kind of thinking.
that
Um,
would be nice, and that'd definitely be
that would be
something.
pretty.
That'd be something
Mm,
fresh for the community too. That'd be nice.
that would. But like I said, just gotta find. I mean, I'm close. Just gotta find a place where I can just sit there and jam and everything.
Yeah.
Um, but mostly what inspires music is emotions.
Mm-hmm.
And that's actually kind of, I think that's actually like one of my fortes is emotions, able to speak to what the music does to you and and explain it in a way that makes other people understand.
Yeah.
But but yeah, probably emotions. That's probably absolutely what drives it.
Oh yeah, man, and like, and again, emotions always add that like extra oomph to
Hmm.
anything you're doing. Like playing an instrument, if you can tell who really truly loves playing instruments that they play. It shows in the music. Same with any form of music, rap, country, rock,
Hmm.
jazz, blues, which is crazy to see the influence that even those genres have had on rap, because both rap and country have ties to jazz, blues, and rock, which is amazing.
Hmm. Hmm.
And so going into the next one, and this is the one you was holding out on, is what did inspire your channel?
My channel kind of came out of the most randomest things.
Mm-hmm.
One thing that I enjoy in my pastime is watching reactions. I spend a great deal of time watching people's reactions, and it started way back at probably, I'm trying to figure out the earliest reactor that I was watching. I can't even remember when it started. It started way back ago. Um, I actually had the idea in my head, but I didn't actually start it until like maybe a week after my son was born.
Mm-hmm.
And then and actually I wasn't even going to start a reaction channel. There's this channel that's called MK. You ever heard of it before?
No, not really.
Basically what he does is you've seen the format though. He goes to like Reddit forums and he'll find like some of the most hilarious stuff, and he'll just kind of voice act what he thinks the character is sounding like. So it'll be like r/nice guys or r/nice girls, and he'll
Mm-hmm.
read some of the funniest stuff. That's what I started off as,
Mm-hmm.
right? That I was like, all right, cool, that's what I'm gonna do. And then I did an ERB reaction to Vlad the Impaler versus Dracula. That was the first ever reaction video that I did. And then from there on, I was just like, yo, I love this stuff. Like, I love that. That's probably what it is, man. Because I've been thinking about this question a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I love sharing experiences, like going to the movies and seeing and just being part of that experience and everything, right? I love to share those type of experience.
Right.
That's probably what drives my reaction videos. Like even though I'm sitting here in this screen
Right.
and I'm not seeing you, it's just you still got like that connection and then building a community and stuff. And not only that, but when my son came, I just kind of felt like, all right, I want to do something, do something with myself.
Yeah.
I got a degree in digital art and marketing, so I was just like, well, this is something along my lines of interest.
Mm-hmm.
Took a study course off Udemy about further digital marketing. That class was amazing. Learned everything I could, and then just started the channel and just started making mistake after mistake until I found my niche. And that's pretty much. I just love music.
Right.
Just anything. Yeah. So my son and my want or need to want to share experiences and connections with people is probably what inspired me to make my reaction channel.
And going to that answer, I'm pretty sure having your son probably amplified that even more, because there's really no experience like having a kid. I don't
You right
have one,
about that.
don't have one myself, but I was actually there when my nephew was born. I was like, yo, what? It's a completely
Hmm.
different vibe.
It teaches you about yourself as well,
Mm-hmm.
like a whole lot of things about yourself that you would have never thought until you got a kid.
Right.
And they, it's crazy the type of stuff they start teaching you. You got to be mindful of your actions and everything because I did one thing and then, my son started doing, I was like, wait, hold on, I gotta be careful, you know what I mean?
Right.
It'd be the smallest stuff too, like coming in the house, taking off your shoes and throwing them in the corner. Something I wouldn't normally think about, right? I'm just taking off my shoes
Mm-hmm.
until I see my son take his shoes off and just launch them like a rocket launcher to a corner. I don't like that. So I stopped doing it. It's those small stuff like that.
Yeah, understandable. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hmm.
All right. So I mean, man, it's there's just a lot that goes into that. Like goes into, the inspirations and the channel and stuff like that.
Hmm.
So, kind of on a closing note, If someone were to ask your advice about starting up a channel, what would it be?
Well, interesting. I would say you need to do some you probably need to do some research into what kind of content that you want to make, right? And you need to see who the ballers, who the high players are that are in that field. What are they doing and everything, and what's working. And once you got like a good sense of what's working, then try to see if there's any type of void or any type of void that you can feel that is unique to you. Okay. For instance, one thing that I do not see in reactions is unless you're like, I see historians, but I don't never see anybody actually comment on the actual musical aspect of the music that they're reacting to, outside of kind of like your regular, that's tight, that's pretty cold. Most of reaction channels I've seen that blow up quickly is the ones that are, very bar centric, people who can get bars like it ain't crazy. I see those all everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
And then you got the reactors of people who got really, really likable personalities and charisma. This is important to do research on because you got to find out which one of those types are you. Of course, and you got to get comfortable in front of a camera as well. Once you've got to find that void, I would say just start practicing in front of the camera. Just talking. Don't even upload anything. Just practice. Do a reaction to some of the stuff that you don't want to do a reaction to. Because I feel like that's going to get you past what you're uncomfortable about.
Mm-hmm.
And it, there's so many ways to make a reaction channel out here. It's kind of hard to zero in on exactly what you should do. But first and foremost, research, right? So once you got your research, then you need to start understanding how YouTube works, algorithms, and everything. But you also got to remember that content is king. Um, there's been so many channels who don't do any type of optimization or anything, and sometimes they don't have to because their content is just that exciting. Like for instance, there is this channel that's called, I think it's called like Breadman. They uploaded a video, and I think it's not his dad, it's his best friend that's in like a freaking
Mm-hmm.
Templar suit, and he kind of comes in, he's like, like, son, are you winning? Those type of stuff and everything. Their videos are like 30 seconds. I don't think they do any optimization, and I think they got to like 1 million subscribers in like a couple
Ooh,
of months,
heck
you
yeah.
know, and like say it's because their content was refreshing. So
Right.
and I just have it. I mean, I got so much advice because I've just been talking about reaction channels, right? I haven't even been talking about like media channels
Oh man,
or
feel
music
feel free to
channels,
branch out, man. Feel free to branch out.
or I haven't talked about anything. I mean, all right, so that's reaction channels, right? All
Mm-hmm.
right, well, the music industry is brutal. If you want to get your stuff out, you need to market like it ain't crazy. But again, you also need to do your research, find out what makes you unique. I
Mm-hmm.
A while ago I posted on my Twitter and I called it the imposter syndrome, right? I probably used the wrong term because Connor Quest came out, told me, he was like, hey, that's not what that meant. And I think I used the wrong term. It's just basically when you're an imposter, right?
Mm-hmm.
Nobody wants to see that. Sometimes we have favorite YouTubers, right, that we like, we've been watching for a very long time. We want to do the type of stuff they do. Sometimes, you've been watching them so long, you've got their personality down to a fact, and well, not to a fact, but down, you
Yeah.
understand it, and you believe that this is a certain way, or you have to do these certain things in order to see this certain amount of success because that's what worked for them. You know what I
Right.
mean? That you can't do that,
Yeah.
and when I look at, especially in this past year, maybe a year and a half with Nerdcore, when we had a bunch of additional new people came in. What was cool was that, they came through with some stuff that we was not hearing,
Mm-hmm.
when um, some of the early people like Ham Sandwich coming in, Breeden Boy came in with his ski mask or some God inspired type stuff, and everybody latched onto him because he came in with something that wasn't done. He kind of came in with like the dummy bars, like you
Right.
know what I mean.
Yeah.
And then another wave came in, and they were more heavily focused on auto tune and similes in the raps. Again, something that isn't always been done.
Mm-hmm.
Um, um, But the thing is that if everybody's doing it, then it's going to be kind of hard to find out how you're going to stick out.
Right.
And I think a lot of people's voices are pretty much shut down because they don't want to go out and like really really experiment because they feel as though it's not going to be worth their time. Right? Imagine spending 5 hours or well, not even 5 hours, maybe even a month on a
Mm-hmm.
song, and you upload it and only gets like 10 views. That's going to be demoralizing as hell.
Oh yeah.
Or let's say that you slap some auto tune on there, you do a whole lot of similes. You know what I mean? Like, hey, I'm about to keep your body red, like I don't know, Kenshi,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
similes, and you find that everybody's bopping to that. I feel like you sacrifice your originality for the clout, and
And
that's a dangerous route. That's a
and
dangerous route to go.
what's kind of sad about that too is for a while mainstream music was like that. You had Lil Uzi Vert. I think it's, I don't want to put
Mhm.
it on Young Thug, but Young Thug kind of inspired it because everyone wanted to copy his style. So you had Young Thug come in, and then even going back a little further, T Pain, with T Pain and his auto tune, even though the man never needed it, we got Future, then we got Migos, and then from there
Mhm.
we Lil Young Thug, then Lil Uzi Vert, Lil Yachty, etc., etc., and it kind of just bled over to, hey, this is what's popular, this is what you got to do.
Mhm.
What happened back then isn't popping, and then you look at artists like Hobson, B.O.B., Tech Nine, who are still doing boom bap type raps, and you
Mhm.
got B.O.B. who's just doing whatever he feels like doing, and it's still blowing up.
Still blowing up. Yep, Hobson is a great call because that dude's like definitely unique. Like
Oh yeah.
it's crazy because I can't compare Hobson to anybody because he's just the same thing with Tyler the Creator. Like there's people out there that are like literally pushing the envelope as far as like what it means
Oh
like
yeah.
to rap in this industry and still be like up there with the mainstream artists. A lot of people and here's another thing that I praise Kanye West for. A lot of people hate it. Is because I still think he's pushing the envelope with his music.
Oh yeah.
Everything's been so drowned in trap drums and auto tune and mumble rap and everything that anytime anybody puts out something that ain't like immediate trap or has like hard hitting drums or got some hot singing over there, people ain't gonna really mess with it.
Right.
People's attention spans are short. They want to hear something booming within the next 10 seconds. And you ain't gonna get that in Kanye West's new album.
No, not at
He
all.
got some songs in there where it actually takes time for it to get to where it needs to get. And I think he started that way back in his Twisted Dark Fantasy, my beautiful Twisted Dark Fantasy. That's when I started seeing a change in his music, especially his song Lost in the World. That song takes so long to build up, but once you arrive at the climax, it's epic.
Amazing.
But and I also blame TikTok culture for that.
Oh
It's
yeah.
shortening our attention spans even further by taking popular parts of the songs and dancing to them. Now
Hmm.
people just want to hear that song and want to hear the rest of it. So it's tough to break out into the music industry as an independent artist on YouTube because you got so much competition and you got to think about what days you need to release on so you ain't competing with others. And
Hmm.
there's like it's millions of people on there. So you got to come with something different. I don't know.
And then not just that, you also got what some of the top guys in Nerdcore have been dealing with your songs being re-uploaded,
Mhm.
re-edited, or people just straight up stealing words from your song to use in theirs too, which is it's ridiculous.
That is ridiculous. And usually those type of people who do that are looking for an easy path to success.
Oh yeah.
And it's a reason why they don't last.
I just love seeing like the comments like, well, Daddy Fast Snap, so then we'll post like the email they sent and the reply that they got, and the people are trying to defend themselves. I'm like, yo, you took their music, like what?
I remember that
It,
little that fiasco that Daddy Fat Snaps was messing with that other
yeah,
person that was I was like, are you serious right now?
yeah, that was
Like
that was ridiculous. That was
yeah,
ridiculous.
because he was trying to tell the crazy thing about that he was arguing that what was the difference between what he was doing and what reactors were doing.
Yeah, like
I was like,
you
well,
see,
first we're offering commentary and we're
yeah,
talking about the song and
yeah,
discussing it instead of just uploading it and that's it.
that's it,
Like,
that's it. Like
do I need
what?
to do I need to do I need to spell it out for you what the difference is? Like what?
Right, yeah, that's a huge. Reactors are listening to the
What?
song, talking
What?
about it. So like, what? We're not just re-uploading the song with our faces
And
in
that's
front
it.
of it. That's it.
Right, right.
But I just thought of one last question
Yeah,
before we
sure.
go. Just because I loved the first two parodies you put out. You got any more of those parody videos
Oh
planned out or thought up? Reactors pause too
man,
much and reactors
yeah.
overreact are amazing.
Over the react over react. I think I might have done that. I actually broke something that you can't see in the video. I might have done overdone that. I might not do another one that, but I do think it's about time for another when reactors pause too much.
Oh man, pause too much.
I,
Part
I
two.
think pause too much part two. That one definitely is gonna work. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit more. I think I now that I got an idea, because
Mm-hmm.
I honestly expected that video to flop, and honestly, it's still flopping, but people thought it was funny. Uh, I do got an idea to make it a little bit more interesting, right? I know what I'm gonna do, but yeah, there's a part two definitely coming.
Bad. Can't.
I got something else too. You know, the woes that us reaction channels face. I got ways of trying to deal with them, but
Oh man, it's
the
because those
when
two.
reactors pause, yeah.
Yeah, those
Go ahead.
those videos have been hysterical, and you got you did like Bavasu posted about it. Posted about another comment talking crap about pausing too much, and he just posted the link
Mhm.
to it. I'm like, yes, we gotta get this trending.
Yeah, gotta get it, man. I've even done it sometimes in some of my comments and everything.
Yeah, like here you go.
So you know, so I feel like I kind of pause on it because I feel like some of them are just like absolute trolls. You know what
Right.
I mean? Who just do it just for the sake of doing it. And I can tell by the length of their comment. You know, sometimes they'd be like, "You pause too much." Why won't we necessarily talk to them and everything? But if they say you pause too much and they follow it with like another 3 word sentence, or you already know I'm about to get on their head.
Right, right. Like
You know, I'm about to get on their head in the most passive aggressive way possible.
honestly, like the first one I got, it was this dude, and he was kind of passive aggressive himself. He started the comment out nicely, so I was like, I won't be too harsh on him. And he was just
Hmm.
saying like, "Yo, really enjoyed the reaction, but man, you pause way too damn much. Do you know how annoying it is to be listening to
Right.
something and someone pauses every 10 seconds?" I'm like, "Well, that's what reaction channels do, bro. Like, what, what?"
Like you very much welcome to check the original link
And
in the
like
comments
everyone leaves
in the
the
description.
links down in the description below. It's like it's not
Everybody
hard.
does,
Or even better,
right?
you're already watching a reaction to this song. Why not just go listen to the song?
Go listen to the song,
Yeah,
right? I
like
mean, or they'll put that down. And I'm like, well, that's a nice way of telling me that you don't care what I have to say. So there's probably I've done that too as well. And when people say that they didn't pause, I'll be like, well, you know, sounds like I'm not the reactor for you. See you later.
yeah, for real.
And it's funny after I say that because like 8 times out of 10 they'd be like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say all that, man. I enjoy your reactions." And I'm just like, "Mm-hmm,
Hmm.
mm-hmm."
Yeah,
Sometimes you just gotta kill people with kindness, man.
exactly. And the thing is, like, they don't ever expect a response. I'm like, no, we're gonna respond. We're gonna
I
respond.
feel like I don't understand that. Well, I guess you know because I'm still a small YouTuber, so I'm very active in my comments. You know, I like every single one of them. I read every single one of them. I don't reply to every one of them because
Right.
that's suicide, but I do comment on things that I really like. I really like. So um, I've seen some people that get like so excited. You know, that's oh snap. That's another thing. The reason why I like every comment is because when I was watching reactions and I would post something, I remember being like super happy and like super excited
Hmm.
whenever the creator responded to me, right? Like that made me like so freaking happy. So I was like, bro, when I start a reaction channel, I'm gonna do that.
Right.
So
Man, like I get that feeling too. Even now, like I post something like I did a Breton boy reaction to Blaze It. Breton comment, and I
hmm
was like, I
he's like,
love it.
oh snaps.
I love the
I've se-
feeling. I love the feeling every
I
time it happens.
I think as far as celebrities commenting on my video, I think the largest or the biggest celebrity that's done so is probably I don't know if you follow beatbox or anything, but there's this loop stationer named Sorrow.
Hmm.
Actually, it's one of my top played videos. He commented on it, and I could not believe that he actually saw that. I was like, "What? You're watching my stuff, man? That's crazy." Um, Jeff from Voice Play,
Hmm.
right? They every time they have you seen any of my Voice Play reactions?
Yeah, I actually have. I've seen a few of them. I can't
Yeah, man,
exactly remember what they were,
that's
but yeah,
that's
I've seen a
fine.
few of them.
He follows me on Twitter. That was huge. I was like, "What?"
Ooh.
He actually watched. I love that dude's music. He followed me on Twitter, and I was like, "Yo, that's crazy. That's crazy." But yeah, it's pretty cool the kind of people you get to meet and everything,
Oh,
and
honestly.
a little community that I'm building as well. So as we get on our way to that 100,000, I'm absolutely lose it. I'm absolutely lose it, bro.
Oh yeah.
Better hit that 100,000, man. I feel like I would have been. I feel like I would have been at 100,000 by now because
Mm-hmm.
of my first channel before it got hacked. I had just discovered Metallica, and I did a reaction to their song "One," and I nearly died in the reaction because I never heard that song before.
Right.
And that song got to 100,000 views in about 2 months. And in February, I gained so many subscribers, and since then, I was gaining 4,000 subscribers a week. So if I had continued that trajectory, I would have been at 100,000. I think about that every now and then. But the success of this newer channel is much more better, much more fruitful,
Mm-hmm.
right? I don't know. I got more focus now. I know the type of things that I want to react to, and I know the type of things that are going to do well versus the things that don't.
Right.
So it's all kind of stuff. I mean, honestly, when I get done with this, I'm about to record some more reactions for some more stuff.
Yeah, I still
I
got a
don't.
few to
I
knock out
you do.
myself. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. I've been on this Sabaton kind of drive right now. I really like that middle band. They got a really nice sound. I like them.
I
But
bet.
yeah.
All right, man. Well, guys, thank y'all for tuning in. Dave, thanks for coming, bro. Glad to have you. Guys, this has been Reactor Talks with What It Do, Dave.
Hey.
And until next time, guys, Storm's Cryo out.